I'm going to show you how to make ribeye steaks with a wonderful green chili cheesy sauce to go over the top of them. My dad loves ribeyes and he also likes Mexican food, so I think he'd really like this. He'd dig it. So, okay, I can't wait to make it for him sometime. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a nice rub for these steaks, just to give them some flavor. And the rub starts with 1 tablespoon of cumin, and this is going to make 2 big ribeye steaks. So if you're doing 4 of them, you just double the recipe. 3 teaspoons of chili powder, garlic salt, and black pepper. So I'm going to get my steaks going, and then I'm going to get to work on the sauce. Now this makes quite a bit of rub, but we're going to have a really nice crust on these steaks. So you're going to take your ribeyes, and if you've got the time to let the steaks sit with this rub on them in the refrigerator for, all day long while you're at work or out doing your thing, it's really going to give them some nice flavor. But even a few hours will work too. Even if you just have a few minutes and you didn't think to do it ahead, it's still going to taste great. So you're going to take some of this rub, again, chili powder, cumin, garlic salt, and black pepper, and just use your hands and really give it a nice crust onto both sides. Generously season this. These are 2 really nice big steaks, so they can take the seasoning. They really can. I hear it all the time. How do you get a steak to taste like they do at the restaurants? Well, a lot of us at home don't season as well as they do at the restaurants, so don't skimp on the seasoning. Really coat that in there, and if you have the time, let that sit with that rub in the refrigerator all day long, or at least for a couple hours. All right, so you can fire up the grill and do this outside. You could also do this in a skillet, or if you have an indoor grill pan, it's going to get a little smoky. So that's what we're going to use today. You can also, these are pretty lean, so a little olive oil will help keep it from sticking to the grill. Or you can just spray your grill with they have a grill spray, which is really nice. And we're going to grill those steaks to Dad's liking, or however you like your steaks. And I'm going to get to work on the sauce for this recipe. Okay, it's a green chili pepper jack cheese sauce that is super simple to make. And if you're doing this on your outside grill, you can do this on the side burner. Start using that side burner on your outside grill. For years, I never used mine, and I just ignored it. And then I started to use it. Now I use it all the time. I keep it all outside. And I really think that a nice steak that has some sort of a sauce to complement it will just take a steak to a whole nother level. This is a super simple sauce to make, and it really makes this steak taste special, like something you'd pay big bucks for at a restaurant, but you can save some dough and do it at home. So we're going to start with a little bit of butter, and then a few tablespoons of finely diced onion. And I'm just going to let that onion and butter saute for a little bit. And I'm going to take some fresh garlic. If you're having people over for a Father's Day cookout or a Father's Day dinner, you have to stick around and see the cutest centerpiece. Cutest idea on what to do with some of those not so great ties that Dad has. I think every dad has a few ties that have seen better days. So this is a neat thing to do with an old tie. So stick around for that. I'm also going to make some great potatoes to go with these steaks. That again, you can use the grill, the outdoor grill. So in goes our garlic. A couple of those pieces of garlic just didn't want to get in there. And you just want to cook the garlic for about 30 seconds or so until it starts to smell really good, which is starting to right now. My dad's a huge golfer. He loves to golf. He loves going out for breakfast, and he loves, when we were growing up on Sunday mornings, he'd always be in charge of making breakfast. So when I think of him, I always think of him in the kitchen, flipping eggs, scrambling eggs. Okay, so my butter and my onion are cooking. Now I'm going to add some Lamers heavy cream. We love our Lamers. And a little bit of chicken stock. And I'm going to let that simmer and reduce down a little bit. I'm also going to add some diced green chilies. 1 can of diced green chilies. In they go, along with the heavy cream, the chicken stock, the onion, and the garlic. Now I'm going to bring this to a simmer, and we're going to add our cheese in just a little bit. Some wonderful pepper jack cheese with a little bit of a kick to it. Okay, let me check on those steaks. I want to get those pretty grill marks. So the way to do that is you just turn the steak a little bit, and then you're going to get some great grill marks. All right, I promised you another picture. So this is a picture I took recently, last summer, I guess, with Bob and the kids, Riley in Ireland. And his favorite thing to do, my husband Bob's favorite thing to do for Father's Day is just have a family dinner with all of his favorites. So he loves a great steak on the grill. Is actually, to be honest, his favorite all-time meal, which Father's Day and his birthday are right close together. It's really weird because my birthday and Mother's Day are right next to each other. Father's Day and Bob's birthday are right next to each other too. So we usually do one big bash for all of it. But anyway, this is what his birthday, Father's Day, his favorite all-time meal is in the summer when the weather's nice. Barbecue chicken. Not the boneless, skinless breasts. He likes to do the whole chicken, the whole, cut up fryer so that he can have a leg and a thigh and all that kind of good stuff. My potato salad, the baby red skin potato salad that I've made on the show before. I know the recipe's on our website with baby red potatoes, and it's got mayonnaise and celery and hard-boiled eggs and bacon. And then for corn on the cob, when you can find good corn on the cob. And for dessert, he doesn't do a birthday cake. He loves an apple or a cherry pie. That's his dinner of choice. He's a simple guy, he really is. So maybe he'll get 2 celebrations this year. These steaks and then chicken another time. Oh, these steaks are looking fantastic. I'm just going to give them a flip. I think I might have told the story before, but when we were first dating, and he brought me home to meet his parents. We both went to Marquette, Milwaukee. That's how we met. And when it was Thanksgiving, and he brought me home to stay with his family and meet his folks after we were dating. And I said, well, we can't show up empty-handed. We have to bring something. And I said, well, why don't we stop and pick up some pies? And he said, well, my mom loves apple pie. So I said, apple pie, okay, it's Thanksgiving. Okay, we'll get 1 pumpkin pie, 1 apple pie. Well, that little bugger, who was the one who liked apple pie? It wasn't his mom. So I remember saying to his mom, well, he brought you an apple pie because I know that's your favorite. And she said, no, that's Bob's favorite. So anyway, funny story. Okay, so my cream is starting to heat. And at this point, I want to take it off the heat. We've got the green chilies in there with that heavy cream, and we're going to throw some pepper jack cheese. We love Springside Dairy. They make the most wonderful cheeses, local dairy, and a big sponsor of the show. And one of the things they do besides their great cheddars is they do some really fun spicy cheeses, which would be great to get for Dad. They do bacon cheddar, they do a cheddar and beer cheese, and they do a whole range of cheeses with some kick. And some of them have some serious kick. There's a 5-alarm cheese, there's a Chipotle cheese. They do a whole bunch of them, probably a dozen or so more of spicy cheeses. This happens just to be their Monterey Jack jalapeno cheese, which is great to put, you know, on a cheese and cracker tray in the summer. But it really works nicely in the sauce. So whenever you're making a cheese sauce, and this is a nice one because you don't have to mess around with the roux and flour and all that kind of stuff. At this point, I'm just going to take it off the heat, the heavy cream, and whisk in a handful at a time the pepper jack cheese. This isn't going to be a real thick sauce, but it's sure going to be tasty, and it'll have a little bit of a kick because of the jalapeno peppers in there. If you wanted to keep it mild, we really haven't added anything spicy to this sauce. You could just do a straight up Monterey Jack cheese, and it would still have some great flavor because of the green chilies, which aren't hot at all. They're just full of flavor. So here's our sauce. Yum. This sauce straight up here is actually great with just, if you have any leftovers, with chips for dipping, like a queso blanco. It's fantastic. A white cheese sauce. And then we're going to take our steaks and you serve them. You take a little fresh lime juice. You don't have to do this, but it's got some great Southwest flavors that I think Dad would love. So throw some lime juice over the top. Then we're going to spoon some of this yummy cheese sauce. You could certainly serve it over the side, but throw some of that over the top. And then some fresh cilantro, just to make it look pretty and keep it nice and fresh. Yum. And by the way, you can get this recipe for my ribeye steaks with green chili cheese sauce on the website. Coming up, more great ideas and recipes Dad will love. I'm going to show you how to make potatoes ole. If you're grilling steaks anyway, you might as well grill the potatoes. We've got the perfect side dish to go with these ribeye steaks. And some really fun gift ideas and gadgets that Dad would love too. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back.